What's happening, YouTube? We back at it again with another video.
We back at it. Yeah.
Back at it. Man, tell me what we got.
We got 5 freaky videos recorded by Ring cameras by Mr. Nightmare. You feel me? And we got some gas. You feel me?
Get gas. Yes.
Oh shit, yeah. Published on December 8th, which was yesterday. You feel me? So yeah, some freaky videos recorded by Ring cameras. This shit gonna be crazy. Cause shit, I know what I would do. Shit. Actually, I don't even gotta do that. It's already gonna be one at a time. Yeah.
Oh. He's a dangerous man. Let's get up into this video. See how they got the scary music? He's
that nigga look like Corey Kinshin.
He looks scared.
You know that nigga Corey Kinshin?
He and his family had
You know
reached
Corey Kinshin?
The house is in the middle of nowhere, so the family naturally had their guard down. However, one night at 1 in the morning, while most of the family was asleep, Trent got a notification for a ring that there was motion at the front door.
Bro, that's some rare dish.
Notification for movement wasn't a concern as the family has outdoor cats that are active at night. But there was definitely reason for concern when it said somebody is at your front door. One of the family members grabbed a gun and went to open the front door, and that's where he started to raise his hands and started asking for help.
Blow him through the window.
Help? Can I use a phone to call a cab?
No.
We get blown.
Get sent to Never Never Land.
He asked to use a phone, to which the family gave him a cell phone, and with it he tried calling someone, but to no avail.
No problem. Yep.
He then proceeded to start walking off down the road. As the guy was walking down the road, 2 of the family members decided to hop in their truck and find out where he was going. And they found him walking down the road and looking like he was going to another house down the road, the nearest one being half a mile away. The 2 family members decided they didn't want him near their house or any neighboring houses, so they offered he get in the bed of the truck and they'd drive him into town. And about a couple minutes later, they arrived in town and dropped him off. The whole time he had his hands up and kept looking at the 2 family members while he backed away from the truck. It could have been assumed that the man was genuinely looking for help and needed to call someone, if it weren't for the fact that other family members reported that the week prior, he was in another neighborhood around the area, allegedly asking for help again, in late hours of the night, going from door to door in dimly lit areas. It's
trying
quite
to kill
possible that
somebody.
he may have been trying to maliciously gain entry into the homes of sympathetic or unsuspecting people. It's unknown if that's the case or if he was ever successful. This one was posted by a Redditor named T Course, and there aren't as many details on this one, other than it happened in a small suburb late on a rainy night. This was way past solicitation or visiting him.
Hey, don't open your door to nobody. Don't even peek out that window. Don't peep through that peephole. And mind your business. Shoot, if it's not somebody that already told you that they on their way and they outside, you ain't got no business at that door. It don't matter if it is your house. The fuck? Motherfuckers is crazy. I've been ball hogging. My bad.
You can hog the ball.
homeowner wasn't home at the time and saw the notification the next day, which is when they saw this video footage. From the darkness appears a middle-aged woman with an umbrella, with her mouth gaping wide open. She stands there for about 20 seconds after ringing the bell, the whole time with her mouth hanging eerily wide open, aside from closing it for a couple seconds, showing that her mouth didn't appear to be stuck in this hanging open position.
I'm not going to that door.
Why you at my door? Why you at my door?
She gonna be leaking. I'm talking about something.
She tried the doorbell or another button one more time before walking
Oh,
away
yeah.
and disappearing into the
Oh,
darkness
yeah.
seconds later.
Knocked out.
The homeowner
Now we
says he
can
didn't
work.
recognize this woman at all. Some people believe it was some kind of condition the woman was suffering.
Probably.
Whether it was or not, this
What if
wouldn't
it was just
explain
a-
why she
she
was
was just
ringing a
retired?
stranger's doorbell in the late hours of the night. This was another encounter that the homeowner was lucky to avoid.
I'm trying to be funny. Be dead ass. What is
This
you
footage was captured
could've
as a
said that's
homeowner was
way
at the
different.
house after just getting home. The woman lives in the
No,
suburban
I'm not
town
trying to
in
be
Illinois.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
trying to be specific.
¿Cómo pasó ahí? ¿Cómo? No sé, ¿cómo? Okay.
The woman in the video was unaware of the fact that she was being watched from the distance by two people hiding in the dark, waiting for her to open her front door. As she steps
Oh,
into
yeah,
her
and
house,
as soon as he
the
would've
two
ran
aggressors
away.
in the house while the door is still
Who's
open.
that?
The woman screams as she's startled by the unwelcomed visitor behind her. The first of the two teens to enter the house says, "Don't move and don't scream."
¿Cómo pasó ahí? ¿Cómo? No sé, ¿cómo?
The rest of what is said between he and the woman is inaudible. However, according to the woman in the video, he demanded her car keys. After handing him her keys, which can be seen in one of the teenager's hands, the two take off towards her car, which they then steal. There was someone else in the house with the woman who was also held at gunpoint alongside her. He also remains nameless. The woman wasn't harmed, thankfully, and one of the two teenage aggressors were found and arrested, 18-year-old Brendan McCrew. The other aggressor has still yet to be identified. This video is a prime example of why you should always be aware of your surroundings.
Oh, yeah, that was for sure him. That was for sure him.
That said, don't
This
move.
past
Yeah,
July,
that was for sure
2021,
him.
this disturbing
You could hear it in the
footage of
dreads.
The couple's Ring doorbell camera surfaced on the web. In the footage, a tattooed man with a long gray beard holding a plastic bag, apparently talking to himself, approached the front door of the couple's house. The man in the video apparently spotted the unnamed wife inside of the house through the kitchen window and subsequently approached the front door, where he repeatedly started saying, "Are you sure? Are you positive? I just have a few questions for you."
Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you.
Are you sure?
I'll be like, are you sure you want to get blown right now?
I just rang
Are
your
you
doorbell.
sure you want to die?
Are you sure?
I'll be like, are you sure? Nigga, back the fuck up.
Sure. I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? Are you positive?
Yes, I'm positive.
Are you
You're gonna
sure?
get hit with these
I
positive.
just have a couple questions for you.
Bro, why do none of these people have guns?
Are you positive? I just have a couple
First dude
questions
did.
for you.
He was
Are
ready.
you sure?
Imagine if he didn't.
Are you
Huh?
positive? Are you sure? Are you absolutely certain?
The wife said she never responded to the man. She simply hid in her home and called 911. The man was standing there knocking on the glass, repeating the same three things
got
over
arrested.
and over to nobody. Her husband, who was not at the home at the time, accessed the intercom system and asked the man who he was as he was walking away. This caused him to come back, look into the camera, and start saying some pretty nasty, disturbing things.
Sure.
So who are you?
What? Yeah? Are you sure?
Who are you?
Yeah, I just had a couple questions. I just wanted to ask you about making sure. Yeah, can you hear me? What I'm looking for is for the girl that's in the house to come out here because I'm a neighbor in Finland. You have her open the door.
He said what?
The girl that's on the other side of this door when she lets me in. Wait for her to have a knife and a gun. And I just I'm gonna knock on her door again.
No, but why?
All right.
He was saying he wished to rape and kill her and asked if she could open the door multiple times. After one more unsuccessful knock, the man walked away, talking to himself in different voices as he did. Police found and arrested the man the next day after another report of a suspicious man in the area, and he was identified as 40-year-old Christopher Sums, a fugitive from California. This
That
footage
shit's
was captured
crazy.
in Bristol and shows a man approach and knock on Kathleen Frascarelli's door. That in of itself isn't so disturbing, but it's the fact that it was very late on a Sunday night, and the image she saw on her phone was
Nigga, I
of a
saw
masked
this on
person on the other
Facebook.
side of the door. However, the fact that it was late on a Sunday night, and that the image she saw on the phone was of a masked person on the other side of the door, is enough to give someone pause.
Wiped off his fingerprints.
While playing back the video footage, Kathleen, the homeowner, noticed that the masked person tried opening the door at first, but thankfully it was locked. She described the mask as having this grotesque smile that never went away, and still hasn't gone away from her memory. The person knocks and then stands at the door for 15 seconds. Afterwards, the camera catches them pulling their sleeve over their hand, then wiping away their fingerprints for the doorknob they tried to open when they first walked up to the house. The fact that they wiped away their fingerprints already says that they were up to no good, if everything else about this didn't already scream that. Kathleen stated that he had something heavy in his sweatshirt pocket, which he doesn't know what it was. A neighbor who saw the person leaving said he had a bag that he was carrying with him, so God knows what was in there. By the time Kathleen made it downstairs, the person was already in a car parked across the street, which they sped off in. Footage like this is really the scariest because nobody knows how these encounters would have gone down if the doors were opened.
The door's not getting open, so we would have never found out. And if the door does get open, that red dead shit, you know, that little dead eye shit, that. Oh my god. It's a little slow motion.
Oh my
So that shit would have went.
man, that was a good video.
That was crazy. But you gotta be strapped, like you gotta be prepared for these situations. That's why you gotta get a strap, bro.
Not even that. You gotta be smart.
You gotta be smart.
You gotta be smart.
But if you strap, like you
You
protect
could be.
it,
You could still be strapped and stupid. Come on now.